Let's see the stack versus arrays and maybe even sets in JavaScript. So let's start with a stack. So let me create an empty stack here. So the idea of the stack is last in, first out. So we can imagine like having a bottle and I'm pushing some items from the top. So whenever I try to pull back the items, the first that I will access will be the last that I pushed in, right? So last in, first out. So let's try to do some practice here. Push 1, push 2, and let's push number 3. So when I pull back one item, which will be the pop function, the number that I expect here is 3, right? Because this is the last went inside the stack. Let's see. So A is 3 and pop is actually returning the value from the top and removing from the stack. So when I see the stack here, it is 1 and 2. So it's a size of 2. 3 is not inside the stack anymore. So if this is stack, what is an array? Basically, there is no practical difference in JavaScript because I can see already here my stack is an array. So array is just a superset of stack in JavaScript. If I just use this push and pop operations, then I can consider my object as a stack. But otherwise, if I want to use some other features like accessing by index, like my stack give me the element at index 1, for example, let's evaluate this expression. It will be 2, right? So from this time at this point, I can consider that practically my object is an array. Cool. So there is no too big difference between stack and the arrays, but how about sets? So in sets, it will be a little bit different. For example, when I create a new one, this time I have to initialize with the prototype built-in constructor, and let's start with an empty set. Whenever I push something in my set, the pushing operation will be named as add operation. So let's add 1, let's add 2, let's add 2 one more time. Let's see what happens. Alright, continue. Cool. Where's my set? It's here. So I can see inside my set I have 2 values, right? 0 and at entry 0 I have the value 1 and then I have the value 2. But I pushed 2 times. So what happened to the second 2? Actually it never went inside this set because set has unique values inside. Let's add this note here. So if 2 is already inside the set, then it will not be added anymore because 2 is already inside. No need to add any more. So this is the very basic difference for the sets. And what is the meaning of using sets? It will be super efficient when we are trying to access or check if the item is already inside or not. For example, whenever we have an array, what can we do if the array has the relevant value that we are looking for? We have to iterate, right? From I think there can be different approaches, maybe starting from the first index until the last, or maybe in some different approaches, but we have to scan. if the array has the relevant value. But for the sets, similar to the maps, it is using a hashing algorithm or approach, so that for accessing or checking the values that we are looking for, it will be super efficient. And when we try to collect unique items, then using sets would be the best approach to go with.